Hey guys, it's me, Bubblegum, and I'm back today with another video. Today is going to be Big Chungus in the summer. And yeah, alright, let's do it. Big Chungus!
Jungle, the Chungus sleeps tonight. Big Chungus is a meme on Reddit.
You probably know someone who's thin, but they eat a lot and exercise very little. So why is it so wild to think that you also probably know someone who's fat, but eats very little and exercises a lot?
This is your reminder that it's okay and completely normal to gain weight. You survived a global pandemic. The least of your concerns should be your weight gain or the new stretch marks on your stomach. You are strong, you are powerful, you are capable and beautiful at any size. Do not forget it.
Good girl in a straw hat with her arms out in a cornfield. That is a scarecrow.
Rebel Wilson poses in red swimsuit reminds people it's never too late to improve yourself. First of all, weight loss does not mean you're improving yourself. I know a lot of skinny people who are really terrible. And now I can add Rebel Wilson to that list. To be clear, I do not care that she lost weight. I care that she is talking about it in this way and the implications of the language she's using. Rebel Wilson built her career off of the stereotypes people hold about those in bigger bodies, and always was getting in front of the fat joke and making sure people were laughing with her instead of at her, at the expense of all other fat people. All representation is not good representation, and I didn't like this when she was fat. But it is truly appalling for her to imply anyone could have the same results as her if they were to just go for it. On another photo, she said, "I feel like turning 40, I've weathered a lot of storms, but somehow I've managed to thrive." And I'm not saying she didn't work hard, but maybe her international fame, access to personal chefs and trainers, and $22 million helped.
Okay. And that was the 13th reason.
Okay, no, let's have this conversation because, as a fat femme who has been out most of my life, I'm turning 30 in January, and I came out around 16, 17, tried to come out whenever I was 12 because I knew, and my mom freaked the fuck out. So, went back into the closet for a few more years, but, I'm just gonna say this, and it's probably gonna piss off a few people, but a lot of queer people mirror how cis men treat fat femmes in the queer community, and y'all don't want to work through your fat phobia, and matter of fact, y'all will deny it and treat us like shit, because I've had it happen multiple motherfucking times. And I know I'm not the only one because my comment sections are always filled.
Let's talk about promoting obesity and how it's absolutely just junk propaganda. Fat creators aren't out here giving their 15 steps to get that fat bod by summer, or our hot 8 tips to getting fat quick. I have never seen a fat creator selling products to help people get fat. And there is certainly no $72 billion industry in the US alone to help people get fat. What you actually are calling promoting obesity is just fat people not hating themselves and in fact having the audacity to like and celebrate themselves, which is promoting absolutely nothing other than self-love, which, by the way, is good for your mental health no matter what body you have. And hey, if you care so much about what other people are eating, start fighting against food deserts. Start pushing the government to subsidize fresh fruit and veggies so they're more financially accessible than high-fat, high-sugar foods. Start pushing for cooking and nutrition classes in all schools, no matter the zip code. And you better start fighting for universal health care so we can have more preventative medicine. But you won't do that because it was always just about hating fat people.
Skinny people will really come on this app, use a filter that makes them look fat to complain about how they feel about their bodies by saying oh, this is how I think everybody looks at me, this is what I think everybody perceives me as, so I feel like everybody just thinks I'm a fat fucking ugly bitch, and then y'all will be this thin. And then when fat people have an actual problem with it, y'all act so fucking dense. Y'all have no sympathy for fat people at all. You only have sympathy for skinny people, and it shows. Because how is it that thin women Then women can come on this app and be like, ugh, I just feel so fat and gross. And y'all will cater to their emotions and you treat them like they're fucking children. But when a fat woman comes on this app and is like, hey, that's actually really invalidating to people that are actually fat and have to live as a fat person, y'all will literally just be like, oh, we'll lose some fucking weight. Y'all are fat phobic and it shows, and you can't tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know what came over me yesterday where I decided that I finally wanted to give my opinion on the term midsize. I'm going to give a little bit of some observations from yesterday, but let me say something first. I am not body positive, I am fat positive, and I support fat liberation. End of story. I'd say half of the folks commenting were just glad to hear that there actually was other language available to them that is rooted in fat liberation. The other half of commenters are straight-sized white women who seem to be just really invested in arguing that they face oppression in some way. The fat spectrum and fat liberation are about actual societal oppressions faced by fat people, not just the ways that you are made to feel about your body because we live in a fat-phobic society. Let me be clear, you can face personal hardships in your life and also still benefit from different types of privilege, just like when people talk about racism. And I'm just really curious about the white women in my comment sections who are putting so much energy into advocating for the word midsize instead of working against fat phobia.
Hi, so I just want to walk you through my day of eating as a fat person. So I woke up at about 9 o'clock in the morning, then I decided to digest the entire fucking kitchen. You know, I sat and I ate my very large portions. Then, I sat and I contemplated world domination as a fat person. How can I continue to promote obesity? And then after I gave my dog a bath, we sat and discussed how to make everybody else in the world as fat as I am. And now it's lunchtime, so I had to eat my kitchen again as I sat and I wrote a paper about how important it is to promote obesity. And then I had to go to somebody else's house to get a snack. I had to eat their kitchen too. And then because 2 kitchen wasn't enough, I went to an all-you-can-eat buffet and I ate that shit too. And then after a long day of promoting obesity and feeding my fat ass face, I retired for the night.
Y'all tell big girls to cover up and wear clothes that fit, but then make wearing oversized clothing a fashion trend to where all the larger sizes are being bought out by skinny women. But no, y'all ain't fat phobic.
So I know it's still November, but I want to add a little bit of nuance to this video because I think it deserves it. For starters, I think I'm the average size for an American woman, which is about a size 16, and obviously I'm not the average height, but it's just going to look different on every body. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. I'm also the average size for an American man, and that is in height, weight, size, everything. But in the men's department, I'm a medium to a large, and in the women's department, I'm in the plus size section. So just something to think about. But more importantly, being called plus sized isn't an insult. And it's not just because you guys perceive me as healthy, it's because it's not an insult, period. The fact that it's considered an insult at all is rooted in fat phobia, and you guys know that doesn't fly on my page. I feel like some well-intentioned commenters thought that this was less of an insult directed at me because I am perceived as healthy. And I just want to correct that, because for starters, you guys don't actually know my health. You guys don't know that I've been struggling with medication changes, insomnia, gastroparesis, an autoimmune disorder. So while yes, I'm as healthy as I can personally be right now, my looks don't tell the whole story. And my perceived good health doesn't make me more of an acceptable plus-sized human, because I don't owe the world my health. And you don't either.
Y'all, I'm dead. Fucking Jillian Michaels took that video of her talking about the calorie deficit fucking down. She took it down. Enough people stretched her. You know what? Whatever, it works. That she fucking took it down, basically calling out her fucking bullshit. I am I'm dying. I'm dying laughing about it. Would you like another example of why the whole "but your health" argument is bull? So, diet culture and fat phobia trick us into thinking that we can't trust our bodies. They make us think that when our bodies tell us what they need, that they must be lying to us or that we must know better than they do. When they tell us they're hungry, we're not supposed to feed them. When they tell us they're tired, we're not supposed to rest them. We're supposed to keep pushing, power through. And so when people try to lose weight, rather than feeding and resting our bodies, we're actually starving and exhausting them and putting them through immense stress. This is why I have absolutely no patience for people who scream about health in response to any conversation where fat people are treated like people. Because you don't care. You would rather have fat people become mentally and physically ill if it meant they could become thin than just let them be fat. It's never been about health.